Up, Morty Gang? My name is Bryce Morrison, and that's my older, bigger brother, Zachary Morrison. And today, I am going to do my defensive, if special teams and coach all time, if they were in an all pro situation. So we're going to start with
You
my
what you got for your edge?
no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read them as like a first, second team type thing. Like I'm not going to read
Okay.
them at the same time. For first team all defense, I have the leader in sacks all time. I'm Bruce Smith. He has the most sacks in NFL history. He went to four Super Bowls, I believe, with the Bills.
Yeah.
Lost all of
Two,
them. Oh, two with the Titans. Okay. The Oilers, you mean.
200 sacks.
Oh, 200
That's
sacks. Oh,
goals.
okay.
They only made it to that one where they lost to the Rams.
By one yard.
Yeah.
And my second edge rusher, I on first team, I have Lawrence Taylor. Or one of two MVPs is that came from the defensive side. The other is Alan Page. What else can you say about Lawrence Taylor? Like he he's not a good guy off the field, but on the field he was a monster.
Well, yeah, he'd buy hookers for the running backs the night before to wear out
Exactly.
their legs, and he'd be doing it all while snorting cocaine.
Yep. And for my nose tackle, oh, I have Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is a complete monster. Like he very well at the end of his career will become the greatest player of all time.
Even
I'm
better than like Jerry Rice, Jim Brown, Tom Brady, Joe Montana.
I don't think either of those are the goats, but I don't think I I don't think either any of them are the goats. He'll definitely be probably the best defensive player of all time when it's said and done, at least.
Possibly. But we'll see
Some
what he does.
Yep. Now for the off-ball linebackers, Ray Lewis. That's a killer pick I just made right there on first team. He has the most sacks in NFL history. No, tackles in NFL history. I believe he has the most tackles in a season in NFL history. He has two Super Bowls. What else? Like, I'm not going to talk about him off the field, but on the field, he was a monster. And the other one, Mike Singletary. Mike Singletary was on those, I think he was on the 84 Bills team. That was great defense.
85 Bears,
85 Bears. That is 84.
Monsters of the Midway.
Use them. Yep. And my corners are prime time. What can you say about prime time? He can do it all. He could do it on the offensive end. He can do it on the special teams. He, but here is this cornerback. Like, I didn't really get to see him because I'm not old enough. But if I did, I've seen highlights and he was just that guy, especially in prime time. The other one, Champ Bailey. I think he's a two-time Super Bowl champion. Was he on those two '90s Broncos teams?
I don't think so. I don't think he played. I don't think he started his career that early.
Oh, okay. Well, if not, then he's a zero time. But Champ Bailey, he would lock people down.
The
For my
champ.
free safety, Ronnie Lott. I think Ronnie Lott was the best player on those 49ers teams. Ames, like, there's a difference between being the best player and the greatest player on a team. He was
Yeah,
definitely the best player. If he wasn't there, I don't think they won any of those Super Bowls.
not even one.
Not even one. He was
Even
a
when they're off
monster.
big numbers.
Yep. Strong safety. Ed Reed, like Pat McAfee said, Ed Reed would kill him if he would just pick him up and just take him to the end zone. For my kick returner, I have Cordero Patterson. Cordero Patterson, he has the most kick return touchdowns in NFL history.
9.
9.
And he's still active, so that could
Yep.
change this.
Yep. Punt returner, Devin Hester. Devin Hester did one to begin a Super Bowl. He didn't win, thankfully, but he still did it. He almost did 2 in that game. Kicker, the guy who has the most points in NFL history, Adam Vinatieri. Punter
Oh
Ray
yeah,
Guy. Punter Ray Guy. Like Ray Guy is
was the guy.
I was the guy, and I believe he's the only punter in the Hall of Fame, and he deserves to be there.
Yes, most
Long,
definitely.
long snappers. I only know 2 long snappers in NFL history, so I just decided I'll put the Colts guy at the best long snap of all time in Luke Rhodes.
Is
Luke
he the
Rhodes.
current?
He's the current long snapper. I believe he actually has the most pros as a long snapper in NFL history, if I'm not mistaken. Coach Vince Lombardi. He won the first 2 Super Bowls, and even before that, he won some championships. Now, second team for defense, we got for my edge I got the guy who's number 2 in sacks, Reggie White. Reggie White
The
was,
minister of defense.
yep, he was critical to those 90s, early 2000s, or was he the 80s, 90s guy?
80s, 90s. He was in the
Yeah,
Eagles late 80s, early 90s, and then
that's
he was on
okay.
the Packers when they won the Super Bowl with
Yeah,
Brett Favre.
yeah, he was. The Eagles were not good when he was there, but he made them good. My second one is Kevin Green. He was he was a monster for those Steelers teams. He was critical to those. I think he was on both Super Bowl teams with Ben Roethlisberger. Nose tackle, Mean Joe Green, 4-time Super Bowl champion. What else can you say about Mean Joe Green? My brother doesn't like his team, but you might not like a team, but you have to respect
Oh
a
yeah,
guy.
no, I have it on my list too.
You can't like disrespect him.
Yeah, no, I do.
So
He
off-ball linebackers, we got Dick Butkus. Dick Butkus, he didn't win he was a little before before the 85 line.
65 to
Yeah, but he was still I think when he retired, he had the most tackles in NFL history. I
he
could be
might
wrong.
have been a stat at that point.
Yeah, it might have not even been a stat at that point, but if it was, he was great at it.
Also, fighting a Illini legend as well.
Yep. Off-ball linebacker, Jack Lambert. Jack Lambert was on those 90s A's Steelers teams. I don't think he won a Super Bowl, but he was still a good player.
Yeah.
Cornerback.
No, he was in the 70s. He won multiple Super Bowls.
Oh, oh yeah. I was
He,
thinking of the what?
he was
I
on
was
the Iron.
Yeah, I was thinking of a different linebacker. But yeah, Jack Lambert, 4-time Super Bowl champion. Just monster. Corner 1, Rod Woodson. He was also good for those good for or some Steelers teams.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And and added and this was the best corner or when he retired. He declined trade Lane. But he played in like the 50s, I believe. He played when Jim Brown was there, but he was on those Lions teams. Free safety, Eric Weddle. Eric Weddle, oh, like he's a Super Bowl champion now. He got a lot. Pe- People might not believe this, but they might be thinking I'm biased because he went to Utah, but no, he was a monster in the 2000s and 2010s. And was he didn't win with the Chargers, but he helped he was part of that Chargers team that had the best defense. They also so happened to have the best offense, but their special teams was dead last. That's why they missed the playoffs. Strong safety, Rodney Harrison. He was also on a Chargers player. I believe he also played for the Patriots at one point. Might have won a Super Bowl with the Patriots. But when I envision Ronnie Lott, I see him hitting guys
Ronnie Lott
yeah, Ronnie Harrison.
or Ronnie Harrison?
Ronnie Harrison. Ronnie Harrison, I see him hitting people. Oh, kick returner, Deion Sanders. Like I said earlier, Deion couldn't do he could do pretty much everything. Punt returner, Colts legend, Joshua Cribbs. Nothing else to
Oh, it's
say.
the Browns legends. Oh, come on now.
In my picture I'm seeing right now, he's in a Colts jersey. Second greatest kicker of all time. He very well might become the greatest kicker of all time. Justin Tucker. He's just a Super Bowl champion. That was his rookie year. Super Bowl champion. The
Oh, I was
longest.
just shaking. I'm
Oh,
just it happened because he
it,
plays for the Raiders.
Super Bowl champion. Yeah, this is not the longest kick of all time. And the second greatest punter of all time, greatest onside kicker of all time, greatest off the field guy when it comes to entertainment, Pat McAfee. Like I remember the day he retired, and Adam Vinatieri said, "Who's gonna hold my balls for me now?" And the second long snapper, we
Oh,
got Morgan. What?
no, you wanted to do that.
No. No, the other long snapper I know, it's not just because of his name. Morgan Cox from the Baltimore Ravens.
Aw.
And, and for my second and and coach, I got the only undefeated season of all time. I'm Don Shula. He was I I just think he was way better than Bill Belichick by far. Well, that's. Do you want to say who your two coaches are, Zachary?
I I forgot them in my last video. I omitted that. I got Paul Brown and Don Shula.
Paul Brown, Cincinnati legend.
Browns legend and Bengals legend as well.
He
But
retired a Bengals fan.
okay, well that's because Art Modell would run the best players and coaches and everybody out of town before he ran the whole team out of town.
Well, see you guys. Peace.
Bye.